Look, I think one name that I do want to run by you quickly is obviously the star name from the autumn, and he's been in the headlines, etc. The entire time. And that first game, he massively lived up to it. I don't know how he made it back a week after sending Sione Tuipulotu back to Australia effectively. But Joseph Sua'ali'i, I just want to ask in terms of beacon wise. Has he been a sort of beacon and an emblem? And there is a, I know obviously Israel Folau things, obviously, we can have another conversation about him, but as a player initially when he came onto the scene, there is an echo there. And there's an echo of, okay, well, he's the type of person who could light up a Lions series too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He is just he's different gravy, seriously. So I've watched him a couple of times live when he was in NRL, so doing his stuff with the Roosters, and just the way that he moved off the ball, there's such an elegance and a gracefulness about the way he changes direction and moves. He's a massive kid. He's enormous, like a towering presence. Super humble, super professional. Doesn't drink. He's not a drinker, so he's fully focused. He's years ahead of his time in terms of his EQ. He's miles ahead of being a 21-year-old. The ceiling is so great for him. I've said it a couple of times. I said it off the back of. I mean, I knew that he was going to go well. There was no concerns. If you guys get bored on a cold, wet night over there in the north over the coming months, watch his schoolboy highlight. So someone's compiled. He's under 16, 17s Harold Matts, which is NRL juniors down here, with some of his stuff with the King's School. It's insane. Like it's shades of Kurtley Beale, who has one of the best schoolboy highlights reels you've ever seen. Taniela Tupou has one of the most impressive schoolboy highlights reels you've ever seen. Watch Sua'ali'i, and then you get a feel for how far. I mean, we haven't even seen his long passing game, guys. He can throw a 30, 40-meter ball money perfect every time, like just off the short off the hip. Like he is just with a short pullback. He's the ceiling is so enormous. He could be. I reckon he will be at the end of this first contract the highest paid rugby player in the world. I think.
Wow. Do you think? I mean, I suppose it wouldn't be surprising given the fee to get him over from NRL.
Yes.
And do you see him as a 13 long term? Obviously, the high ball, and it's such a weapon off kickoff in particular. And obviously, Israel was put at, wing and then 15, and some people thought wing was his best position. Some people thought he was, more potent at 15. But do you see Sua'ali'i as a 13 going forward?
I just like seeing him get the ball as often as possible. So some say put him on the wing, others want him at fullback. I think I like 13 for him, to be honest. I like 13. And then if you want, I mean, we've got wingers that can play 13 and vice versa. So if there's ever an opportunity or a chance or a need to get him on the wing to kick cross field to him like we used to do with Izzy, like we used to do with Lottie Takiri as well, like send him out there. What about the other night? There was that moment in the first half where Noah just flipped an up and under into the Irish 22 off nothing, and he came through and he got the ball back. So more of that. Leave him I like him at 13. I love Leniki Towers, one of my favourite players in world rugby. So that 12-13 for me should be the pairing for Lions next year.